Alrighty, good morning everybody. Another wonderful morning in Thailand. And I don't know if you guys have been keeping up on La Lisa. I don't. I guess she's part of the group Blackpink and she's the big star. But man, things are getting crazy. To me, they make no sense what's going on here and really everywhere else, but especially here. Let me have a sip of my, I need some coffee. As always, coffee is the lifeblood. And before I go any further, I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Gavin, once again Mr. Zach, and who else was I going to give a shout out to? I can't remember. I'll figure it out. If I haven't remembered you, don't worry about it. I will remember you. It's not that I forgot you. I just can't remember right this second. Right now, the Thai baht is at 33.46 to the dollar, which is a bit better for those people getting paid in US dollars. 67 on the air quality index. Temperature's 84 degrees as of 8:55 a.m. High of 88, low of 75. Field lake temperature is 97. 79% humidity, 60% chance of rain. It will rain today at some point for sure. You can see the clouds out right now, but also winds east southwest, winds east southeast at 7 miles an hour. Air quality is just, it could be better, but good morning everybody. Sawadee Kap, Sawadee Kap, Swadee, Swadee, Swadee Ton Chow. So that's what's going on there with the weather here in Bangkok. And you know, it's funny because it'll rain really, really hard in some places in Bangkok, and it's sunny in other parts. So, you know, well, good. I hope I do have a guest coming. Who's coming to see me? Who would that be? Mr. Monash, thank you very much. Yes, I do have a Thai credit card. Oh, I don't know about what's going on in the other streams, and quite frankly, it doesn't matter. I got enough to think about on my own. Ben, would that be you coming to see me? Or is somebody else coming to see me? Or what? Thanks for the heads up, though. Good. So today what we're going to talk about is, like I said, we're getting into the whole La Lisa thing. It's unbelievable to me how they're going to spend 500 to 600 million baht. I cannot fathom that they're going to spend this much money. Now, the government is coughing up 200 million baht. The rest of the money is coming from sponsorship, but it boggles my mind that they're going to spend almost $20 million. $20 million. So that they can bring La Lisa and Andrea Bocelli to Thailand so that they can have a grand opening at the beginning of November. I don't know, it seems a bit strange to me. I mean, listen, I don't want to downplay Andrea Bocelli or Lalisa. I don't particularly like her music. I'm not a huge opera fan, but I do like some of Bocelli. But that's neither here nor there. They really believe that these people are going to bring in the tourists in droves, and they are just forgetting. I just think they're just completely lost. And I really hope I'm wrong. I really, really hope I'm wrong. But I see them doing the same thing again. I see them overestimating and under-delivering. And I know some people might think that that sounds negative and that that's just terrible, and that I would think this way, and oh, can't you be happy for the Thai people? Oh well. Well, then he can deal with me when he gets here, all right? If I was rude, I don't think I was. I haven't started to be rude yet. I haven't been rude to anybody really lately, but that's okay. Nothing like government decadence when people have been suffering. And this is the thing, and apparently, my wife was telling me today that the government is trying to take away, I don't know if it's a pension, I don't know exactly what it is, but the 500 baht a month that some people are getting here. Ben, I don't care, okay? I really don't care. I have no time for this bullshit, okay? And that's all I want to hear about it. I don't want to hear anything more about it. If he's got a problem with me, he can come and speak to me about it. So they're spending all this money, and they're taking away money from people who are already living in poverty so that they can promote their country, which, quite frankly, I think it's a waste of money. Look at what happened in the Phuket sandbox. I don't care what any of them said. They always forget the fact that they overshot by a huge percent of. Yeah, I was scared. Listen, I don't want to hear anything more about it, okay? I was scared. Please don't fucking make me laugh, buddy. Don't make me laugh. And that's all we need to hear about it. If you say anything more in this chat about this, I'm going to block you, because I don't feel like listening to this shit. Why didn't he relay it himself? No worries. I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere. He just wanted me to relay this. If they want tourists, then they should remove all the restrictions and 2 app cell phone track. Well, the cell phone thing, you know, if they're going to make their own people do this, they're going to make foreigners do this. And to be quite honest, if somebody doesn't have a cell phone, there are ways around it. And I know this because Longhorns wasn't able to use his tablet to scan. He doesn't have a phone, and he was still able to do everything. The other thing is that while they may get quite a few Thais going to see Lalisa, and maybe some of the Thais will go see Andrea Bocelli, and some foreigners will go, that are inside the country already. I don't know that that justifies using all that money for a grand opening party when they're not really even they still have not even said what this Thailand pass is going to be, other than it's going to be online. It's going to be online, so is it going to be that much easier? Because they're saying they're going to have to upload documents, all these kind of things. La Lisa is a pop star. The only reason I've heard of her is because of my wife and because of Longhorns. And the Thais are very proud of her because she's a village girl and she's made herself quite big. Hey, thanks a lot, Carl. Appreciate that, man. So she is, you know, a mega star here. She's everywhere. Where was it that I saw? I forget what was being sold, but goodbye, Ben. It's so funny that people actually think they know how much money I have when they really don't have a fucking clue. Why are the hotels still keeping their prices high? They're not. Most of them are not. They're a fair bit cheaper than they have been in the past. You know, not all of them, but some of them are for sure. You can get some great deals on hotels right now. Everybody trying to stir up the drama. They want long-time tourists, but force them to leave the country every couple of months. Well, I don't think they're forcing anybody. This is the misconception. They're not forcing anybody. They're telling you, here are the guidelines, you need to abide by them. And most people don't want to abide by them now. Or there's too many headaches in order to leave and then come back. However, what I will say is that I know that numerous people, to name two, Longhorns and Nile, have come here and just continually extended their visas, and they had no problems at all. It was very simple. In fact, the immigration was very, very nice to them, and within a few minutes, they were in and out the door. Now, there's only two people in this place today, and then there's two barista here. That's it. Saturday morning. They open up at 10 o'clock, the mall. Wales just introduced those vax passports. Well, I don't know that I would call it Nazi Germany again. There is a difference. I think you should bone up on history, because there's a big difference between Nazi Germany and being allowed into a nightclub or a pub with or without a vax passport. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. So what's the problem? What's the problem? If you got a problem, then you're going to have to do it. If you don't have a problem, then, I know that, like, Me So Hungry says she's living out in Arizona, and she's not getting the vaccine, and it doesn't matter to her because she's fine. So, for some people, it really doesn't affect them. They don't care. They're not going to abide by these mandates, and it's as simple as that. We have the F team. Well, no, it's not the F team. It's not the A team. That's what I'll say. Not the F team. It's the manager, King, and then the girl, Mook. Duke, I don't care. I don't give a flying fuck. Now, for you, that might be a problem. For me, it's not a problem. You see, here's the thing. I don't live in America. Good morning, Mr. Dowlow. How are you? Gennaro, what's happening? Listen, everybody, please do me a favor and click the thumbs up while you still have a chance and you remember and you're still here. Please click a thumbs up and remember to subscribe. I'd appreciate that. Papers, please, for a vaccine that does not prevent infection or transmission and is injuring and killing injuring and killing unprecedented numbers of people. This makes sense. Ugh. Hotties, Dowlow, and Gennaro are here. Okay. Ugh. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do with you guys? I'm sure Longhorns is sound asleep at the moment. We had a lovely day yesterday, and when I got home, I had a lovely day. Nice birthday bash. Ugh. Monash, you're not missing anything. Oh, they're tingling. Well, I'm sorry, your tingling is wrong, Gennaro. Your tingling is wrong. There's the manager, who's a guy. There's another guy here who doesn't work here but works at another Starbucks. Thank you very much. And hey, thanks a lot, Dre. Thanks a lot, Daniel. And then there's the girl Mook, who, as far as I know, I believe the other day I saw her with her boyfriend. So, I mean, like, right now the place is dead. Sorry, guys. And there's two people here. There's one in the corner, and then there's the person in front of me, and then there's me. So 3 people. And it's about 9:30. The mall has not opened up yet, but will open up in about 30 minutes. So it should get a little busier. And who knows, maybe there'll be one of your girls coming in, Gennaro. I don't know. But we're talking about this whole La Lisa, Andrea Bocelli thing. The government, in cooperation with various sponsors, are supposed to be putting on this massive show. Andrea Bocelli will be in Bangkok when this place opens up. I don't know if it's on November 1st or exactly what the date is. And then La Lisa from Blackpink will be in Phuket. And they're gonna spend somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 to 18 million US dollars for this big grand opening party. And again, I'm going to say, who's going to come here when they have to still fill out some kind of paperwork, the Thailand pass? I want to see what that is, but who is going to come when they have to do that? They have to have the 100,000 insurance. They have to test before they come. They have to test when they get here. And guess what? This is not you test and it's an antigen. I was just reading about this earlier. What this is, people are going to come here. When they land, they're going to be transferred over to a hotel, alternative state quarantine, and they are going to be stuck there. Depends on the time that they arrive. They're going to get tested right at the airport, and then they're going to get sent over to the hotel. Hopefully it'll just be a day, but it may vary. I don't know. But it's gonna be 1 or 2 days. So they're gonna have to quarantine 1 or 2 days, and instead of 7. So they're saying, oh, it's completely gone. You can call it, oh, well, you're waiting for the test. It's not a quarantine, but feeling more confident about getting back to Thailand, March, April 2022. Yeah, that's probably around the time when things will start getting much better, noticeably better, where you see the big rise in tourists. And by the middle of the year, I think it'll be pretty good, but I still think it's going to take a couple of years for everything to get back the way it was before. After having Sarnies and after having Starbucks Reserve, that coffee is just in dire need of something done to it. A bowl of sugar or something. Whoever Lalisa is, she needs a good bumming on live TV. Okay. Well, it'd be interesting to see what she looks like with no makeup and, in a little sarong or something like that, out in a village or something. It'd be interesting to see what she looks like then. But from what I've seen, she looks like she's a very good-looking girl. And apparently she turns out to songs. She's got the most popular song on YouTube. I believe it broke Britney Spears' record for the most views. Some crazy number. However, they don't have that here. In fact, I tried to get a dirty coffee, and then I tried to get what did I have at the Reserve yesterday? I had the Undertow, which is a dirty coffee with vanilla syrup. They didn't have it. And then I asked them, I said, you've got the Affogato, which is an espresso over ice cream. You have it here on your menu. Yeah, but we don't have it here. I said, what about this other one? We don't have it here. What about this other one? We don't have it here. So, you're going to have to go to Starbucks Reserve. And I don't know what the closest Starbucks Reserve is to this place. It might be an Emporium or M. Quartier. I don't know. I bet she's got a head like a melted candle in real life. I don't know about that, and really, quite frankly, I think I don't like her music, but I don't know about her at all, and I think to presume that you know her or know that she's like a melted candle in real life is a bit extreme. Aloha, warm, sunny rain. Stephen Monash, not so grand, just a spare bedroom. Yeah, listen, the coffee I had in the morning at Sarni's in Charan Krung, it's Charan Krung 44. There's another one on 42, and there's also another one on Soi Tan Son, and then I think there's one more. I think Scott takes a few of these comments a little bit too seriously. Really? Like what? bet she's got a head like a melted candle in real life. Here's the thing. It comes across literally. If you can't understand that, well, I don't know what to tell you. If somebody says, hey, asshole, and they write it, it's much different if they say it in person and they are joking around. I have no idea. This guy might really think that she's an idiot. I don't know. This is, yeah, but it's a cappuccino, but I don't put any sugar in it or anything like that. And it's, you know. No, really, Gennaro, what there is with Scott, there is you're fucking with me or you're not fucking with me. If you're not fucking with me, I'm very, very mellow. And most people that know me, they know this. If you are fucking with me, then I fight back, that's all. I'm only joking, sir. There's only 2 modes in my world. Seriously. Thank you very much there, Sky Trooper. Appreciate that. Starbucks Reserve, just more money. It's really not all that much more money. It's really just better coffee. You just go there and you can try it, and maybe some of this stuff's a little bit more expensive by 20 baht or something like that, but that's it. Listen, Jono's a joker, but I know him. You know what I mean? So I know his sense of humor. Through a chat, it's very difficult for me to figure out what somebody is actually trying to get across. If you say loud and clear, okay, well, I kind of figure loud and clear. I know what that means. If you say she's a bit of a dunce, well, what does that mean? Starbucks Reserve. I know I'm not wanted when a place is empty, and they say, sorry, Monash, this is a Starbucks Reserve. And Monash is a joker, too, I know. I was thinking back when Monash called me at the burger joint in Ayutthaya. Did I sound really intense to you, Monash? I mean, seriously. It was all in good fun, you know. What is this? Gee, I bet your name is real. Beta Cuck Male. Bet that's a real name. Oh, that was a fantastic burger. That was the best burger I think I've had in... I can't remember the last time I've had a burger that good. Seriously, it was extremely good. You guys got a good thing, or the girls got a good thing going on there. And if you remember yesterday, I was showing the truck with all the coffees on it. You know, they do that here in Thailand. They'll set up they'll pull up a little van, they'll open up the window, and then they'll sell booze or they'll sell coffee or whatever it is. Dunce, just so you know, is D-U-N-C-E. Don't be a dunce and spell it wrong. Rap God, let me tell you, Gennaro, when we stopped streaming yesterday, we walked down the street, and there was the Rap God. And I was begging Longhorns to not go there and go inside and eat something. And he was like, we'll just have some of the what the hell were they called? Wrap fries or something. Or some of the French fries and cheese, or the nacho dogs, or whatever they were called. I was like, please, no. No, no, no. And we ended up going, where did we go to? We went to an Italian restaurant that apparently he and Jono had been to before, Pepina's, very good Italian food. And we had a nice lunch there. I'm like, hello? Who the fuck is this? Who's calling me halfway around the world? Note to self, don't show the phone number of a place if you don't want people calling you. So you are a coffee company that overcharges for everything, and if you actually want decent coffee, then you have to go to our other company, Starbucks Reserve. Actually, it's in the Starbucks. It's inside of the Starbucks. And the only thing is that they have coffee from different places, as opposed to here where they have a few places. They have coffee that they don't really sell to the plebes. I'm a dunce who can't smell the word dunce. That's right, it was called the Burger Box, right? I don't go by all that, you know. The only thing that I do is I try to give people who are like noticeably older than me respect. You know, like the old guy that was on the beach, the other guy, the old German guy with no teeth. I gave him respect because he was older, you know. Somebody who's 2 months, you know, 2 months older than me. It was a fluke. So here's the thing, though. If you're really, really into Andrea Bocelli, maybe you'll come over here. Somehow I know there's a lot of people who are into Andrea Bocelli. And I know there's a lot of people into Lalisa. I just don't think that many people are going to say, you know what, I don't care about all these things. I gotta go see Lalisa. So I can sit 150 rows in the back just so I can say I've been there. I just don't see that happening. After I was a burger, I was on a stream with Scott once, and he said, "How old are you, Mana? 62?" What? How long before visa expiration does Longhorns apply for a COVID extension? Well, he doesn't have to now because he's leaving next month. He can go the day of expiration if he wants. So I guess all the Aussies are going to come running over to see Lalisa because their country's going to open up and let them out. Am I correct? All the Aussies are dying to come see Lalisa. But here's the other thing. And one thing that I was saying was, like, the first thing my wife said, I can't believe they're doing this, and they're going to take away the 500 baht a month. They're trying to take away the 500 baht a month that they're giving to people who are living in poverty. And you got all this money. How about you just say, let's make it a charity function or something like that, where you just come, we'll give you both $1 million or whatever it is, and it's going to cost us $3 million. It's $5 million. I bet you could do it for a third of the cost. Take the rest of the money that you raise and use it to something useful. I almost thought, that sounds like post-coitus, but post-birthday coffee. Thank you very much, Dowlo. I appreciate that. It's post-coital. That's what it is. All that money could go elsewhere. I mean, you got people, they're still hungry. They're out of work. And in Phuket, in the sandbox, I dare say that the people who have benefited are the hotel owners, the corporations, the big guy. The little guys haven't really, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but from what I've heard and read and people have told me, the little guys have not benefited all that much. So I think this money could be much better spent on other things. It's funny, what happened to Ben Newton? I did ban him, but what happened to his friend that was supposed to show up in 10 minutes? He didn't show up. People are trying to make problems between me and this guy that came in here the other day. There are several people trying to make problems. There ain't no problem. I'll tell you that right now. There ain't no problem. I have to say, it was funny when you saw the rap god with Longhorns. Yeah, that was pretty funny. There you go there. You know, where is all the money going to? And there is no transparency, and this is something that is a problem everywhere in the world. You know, they're going to spend $3.5 trillion, and there's all this stuff buried in the paperwork. And half the time, people don't know what the hell the money's going for. The average Joe citizen is not going to be reading through that. Let me ask again one more time, since we got 51 people watching. Please leave a thumbs up, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. Check the description for all the other details, and do me that solid. Show the love like that. Richard Gallagher, hello, how you doing? I just spoke to Chucky again. I believe it was yesterday, maybe the day before yesterday. And he said to say hello. He will be going to Mexico next month. So he's not going to be available very often. He'll be in Mexico doing his thing there. And then after that, he may come to Thailand. He basically said to me, I want to know what you think. Should I go there, yes or no? And I said, well, no, I wouldn't come here now. Because first of all, they're still testing. And if you come here and you test positive, you're going to be in the hospital or in the hotel for 2 weeks, quarantining. Second of all, no bars are, and bars, pubs, entertainment venues, nightclubs. And, you know, like Chucky is Mr. Social Butterfly, Mr., you know, I don't want to say party animal because he doesn't drink, but he likes to be out and about with his little buddies, his friends. And so I don't know how he's going to do that here, aside from maybe, you know, having a little house party, and I don't think that's going to happen. Thank you very much, Richard. Thank you, and Choke D. I don't know how he's going to do that. And then I'm like, listen, the other thing is that when you're outside, you have to wear a mask. Now, you can pull it down and breathe or whatever, but if you're going for a long walk, or you just feel like going for a walk for an hour or so, I've said this way too many times to count now, you get the mask on, it's miserable, man, in this humidity. And, you know, Longhorns and I were laughing because here we are walking along down the sidewalk. We're not standing next to each other. We're not standing next to anybody. We got space between us. And yet if we go inside, we have to put on our masks. And then once we are ready to eat somewhere, we can go inside, wear our mask, and then we can sit down, take our mask off, and sit right across from each other. It makes absolutely no sense. Illogical logic is the norm. So there is spending much on I don't know how Satanic came into the picture, the opera singer, to reopen Thailand, and they're still stopping the old people, state pensions. Yes, you have that right. I would not call him satanic, though. Hey, Johnny Siam. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing all right over there. Basically, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're spending all this money on and this is the whole thing. I don't think, you know, they're getting all of this money. That is Lalisa and Andrea Bocelli. I don't think they're getting all this money. I think it's the whole package. It's the marketing, it's the promotional products, It's the it's for them. It's for the vendors that have to have food and everything, and they're going to try to make money and all this other kind of stuff. It's for the whole kit and caboodle. But that's still a shitload. I mean, think about it. $18 million? Mexico welcomes with all arms, and that's why Chucky is going there, because I know, he knows, numerous people we know that have been there and have not been there know that Mexico is a very nice and easy place to go. It's fairly mellow to go there. Did get shots feel better? Oh, well, that's good to know. Very good, Richard. Johnny, thank you very much. He shoots, he scores. Goal! There we go. Thank you, and choke D, Mr. Johnny Siam. Every time they say SM, I think to myself, well, that's me. But it's not. It's Minaj. It's Mr. Minaj. Come on, Longhorns. I know you're laying in bed. You don't want to look at the tablet, but you're fighting it. I know that. Oh, Richard, he shoots, he scores. Goal. Another goal. Wow, thank you. Appreciate that. And to think this was an impromptu stream. You know, I got up. My old lady's like, I'm going to go out and go for a walk. You want to come with me? No, thanks. I'm sitting there and I thought, what am I going to do? Am I going to sit here? And I got things to do, but do I really want to start on them right now? I went, no. So I jumped up and I thought, I'm going to go have a coffee at Starbucks, which, to be honest, after going, I do understand Longhorns. After going to Sarni's and after even going to Starbucks Reserve, coming here is a bit of a letdown. 15 to 18 million, it's 500 million baht to 600 million baht. The government is coughing up 200 million of that. The rest is from sponsors, but still, 200 million is a hell of a lot of money. We all love you. I don't know about all of you, but some of you do, and I appreciate that. Thank you. So they can put that money elsewhere. I mean, just imagine if they just used a portion of that. And I understand that right now, like, La Lisa is the hot ticket. I don't know if, like, Johnny Siam, do you know about La Lisa? Does your wife know about La Lisa? Monash, do you know about La Lisa? Dowlow, all you guys over there in the United States, do you know about La Lisa? Because here in Thailand, she is the hottest thing. And I'm telling you, I went on Twitter a couple of days ago, and this guy, he's a Thai guy, and he's very, very respected. He said something about Jenny. He just made mention about Jenny. He didn't even say anything bad about her. He said something like, Jenny is not the same as La Lisa. She's not up to the same level as La Lisa, or something like that. Oh my God, you had literally hundreds of people going on to Twitter, bashing the guy, wanting to get the guy canceled, banned, because, oh my God, how dare you say anything negative about Jenny? I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Excuse my French. Truly, what is wrong with people? I mean, listen, when I was a kid, I looked up to Muhammad Ali as a fighter. I thought, oh, wow, I'd really like to meet him. There's a few people in my life I would have liked to meet. And you know what's funny is I don't even remember most of them now. Or, that I could say, hey, I'd like to go and have a drink with that dude or something like that. But for the most part, listen, I admire them for their skill. As a human being, maybe I would admire them as well. I don't know. And maybe there's a lot to look up to them for. But I don't think I would get so crazy that I would be going nuts on Twitter, complaining about how, oh my God, you said something about La Lisa. Well, you said something about Bai Fern. Okay, so what? My wife knows about her. A Korean, apparently. Looks a Korean, yeah. What is she, half Thai and half German or half American or something? I forget. You should have Hans Zimmer's play if they're looking for Miss Chunky. Chunky Chucky. I'm sure Byfern will be there. Let me tell you something. My wife tells me, she goes, oh yeah, they're putting La Lisa on. They're putting La Lisa on in Phuket. And I said, really? And she goes, I reserved a room for us. And I said, what? I'm not going to see La Lisa. I don't want to go see La Lisa. I don't give a shit about La Lisa. I'd rather go see Andrea Bocelli than go see La Lisa. I'll ask him about La Lisa. Hey, King, you รู้จัก La Lisa ไหม La Lisa รู้จักไหมชอบไหมชอบเพลงไหมยูจะไปภูเก็ตเหรอภูเก็ตมีคอนเสิร์ตเวลา Thailand เบิร์ดเรื่องไหมเห็นข่าวเขาบอกว่าเขาดาวภูเก็ตนะภูเก็ตที่นี่ก็มีบุชเชลลี่เป็นนักร้องอิตาลี he likes her. He likes her. Thai people really like her because, first of all, she's like the Manny Pacquiao of Thailand. You know, Manny Pacquiao, rags to riches, fought his way to the top. She hasn't taken any big shots though, but you know, she's worked her way to the top somehow with the. I never understood the whole Blackpink thing. I still don't understand it, and I can't listen to that shit. I know I'm old now, and I don't care. I'm old. I like it. I like my world. I like rock and roll, the occasional different song, you know, something that I might not listen to. I like blues. I can't listen to that. You know, I like some pop, but like the whole, you know, Barbie girl or whatever it is, Ken girl, whatever the hell that song is, Hello Barbie girl. I can't stand that shit. The K-pop, the J-pop, you know. I'd rather see the girls dance around naked than listen to them sing. I mean, you know. Well, I know exactly who she is. You never know how many shots or whatever. That's another thing. Well, what was it that I saw her on the other day? Oh, it was, no, it wasn't milk. What was I trying to get? I was going to buy something yesterday, and I looked over, and I go, hey, that's Lisa. I'm like, and it was like at the check-in counter, she was everywhere. And I was like, son of a bitch, man. And, you know, the thing is that Byfern's done it, she's done it, and, you know, I dare say that if for whatever reason I was ever that big, and now's the time to strike while the iron's hot. You go and get the millions, and then in a couple of years you start to get a few crow's feet. Your ass starts to sag a little bit. Maybe they see the breast, they're not so perky anymore, and then that's it. The new one comes in and you're the old girl, just like the girl Am is like 40 years old now. When I first came here, she was the big star. She was La Manasha. Oh man. Was the big star back in the day. And she was everywhere. She was gorgeous. She's one of the big stars, but she was gorgeous. And she's still gorgeous. And now she's older, and she looks it. You know, I tell my wife, I go, she looks like she's like a toothpick now. She looks like olive oil. Back in the day, she looked like, you know, she had a little bit of a body on her, you know. Fortunately for you, Gennaro, there's a delay. Wow, this place opens in 5 minutes, and there's very few people in here. still. Well, actually, in Thailand, they're going to try another type of test, and in the future, and also they're going to try, instead of a vaccine, like a pill or something like that. And right now, the way they're doing it is they're shooting it under the skin, because supposedly it makes it goes farther, and they don't have to use as many. And all I want them to do is leave me alone. I'll take the damn shots. I already got my 2 shots. I'm gonna need 2 more freaking shots to be able to get into America. At least if I was to go in the near future. Monash, I don't like to sound like I'm all that old, because, I haven't hit 60 yet. But man, the way I feel now from how I felt when I was in my 20s is night and day. When I was in my 20s, seriously, I was the guy. I never ran out of energy. I had energy to go do everything. I could not sleep for 2-3 days in a row, go to work, and I just, take a little break, close my eyes for a few minutes, and that would suffice. Now, it's not nowhere near that. So I know that if I'm not 100% old yet, I'm getting old very quickly. There's nothing you can do about it. And I also noticed I'm getting more white everywhere, even in my mustache. And I refuse to wear Grecian formula, whatever it is. I'm not dyeing my mustache black or brown or whatever. It's not gonna happen. Well, I don't know that old is gold. I like to think that you get better like a fine wine. Hey, I gotta tell you, I picked up a pair of Asics yesterday. Asics tennis shoes. I like Asics. When I was working in boxing, all the guys had Asics, and I was like, They turned me on to them. I used to have like 6 pairs of them. And they slowly, they got old. I have 1 pair at home now. I picked up another pair yesterday. And then later this week, I'm going to pick up another pair because they're on sale. They're usually $200 to $220 a pop. Okay, and that's to me, that's a pretty expensive shoe for a tennis shoe, for a trainer. But right now, they range from 1,600 baht to 2,600 baht. And it's only for people with the M card, which I happen to have. And I love the shoes, man. They're fantastic. So, and they come from Australia, or Aussies like them apparently. Getting older, is that when it takes all night to do what you used to do all night? Yeah. It always took a long time. Still takes a long time. I'm 42 and have a gray beard, but I'll still pummel La Lisa around the ring. I want to see. I have not seen her. I don't look at her all that much. I don't give a shit about her, to be completely honest. And I hate to put it that way, and I've said it before, like now, I just don't care about that much, because never worship celebrities, as Sonny teaches C, that nobody cares in Bronx Tale. It was a good movie. You shouldn't worship anybody. Yes, I got the shoes. 60% off. But, I guess these are the model. There's new models coming in. And so these are going to be the old models. They want to get rid of them. And that's fine. And so then later this week, I'm going to get another pair. So I'm looking forward to that. You worship baristas. I can't worship anybody. I highly value my parents and my family, my sister, my wife, my kids. I value them. Worship is a very, very strong word. Byfern is a very nice looking woman. She's extremely attractive. Come there, we will have a beer together. Come where? What is this? Dunlop Valley International is a great tennis shoes. Oh, Dunlop. But even better for working on metal roofs. He massages their feet after a long day, barista. Oh. Well, I value my parents because when I was younger, I gave them hell. That's why. And now I know what they went through, and I'm like, oh my God, if I had to go through that, what would I do? Yes, I saw that. Recognized vaccines, which I don't have. I don't have recognized vaccines. So I'm going to have to get them, which I'm perfectly acceptable to me. I will do that. And hopefully I'll be able to go back in the near future. Oh, are you kidding? Every once in a while, I talk to my parents all the time, and my mother will bring up a story. Do you remember when you did this? Vaguely. Oh my God, you don't remember that? Oh, I remember what a terror I was. Oh, Thailand. Okay, Richard. All right, now I got you. Are you in a mall? Yes, I'm in a mall. I'm in a Starbucks in a mall. And actually, I could move out to my comfortable chair. Do I really want to do that? Not really. I'm comfortable here. Usually I sit in this chair or the chair outside. Because it's very comfortable. I'm at Watt Barista. Got the girls over there standing up, lining up. Could you imagine the staff in a mall in the United States doing that? Standing at attention as people were to walk in and giving a slight bow to people. Can you imagine that? I can't. And I can't see it ever happening. Anyway, where are we for time? Oh, we're only at an hour. Wow. I got about 25 minutes left. Come on, we're open for business in the Biden stance. And is the Biden stance. What do you mean, open to illegal immigrants? That's his stance. Everybody can come in. If they're illegal, they can come in. They don't have to have any shots. They don't have to do anything. But if you're one of us, oh, we're going to check your bank account. We're going to do all kinds of things. Very happy today, good mood. Well, I don't know about that, Richard, I'll be honest. I'm still grumpy because I've got to wear a mask every time I go out, every time I move around. I'm sick of it. How long have I been saying that, Gennaro? A year? I've been sick of this for at least a year. Yeah, Texas chicken. Ooh. I might just have to get myself a Mexicana burger. Chicken burger. Very spicy. Do they have an unforetold time limit for staying in Starbucks with one order? No, they do not. In fact, they have, yeah, exactly a year. In fact, I know people that come here, they don't ever buy anything, they just sit here. My coffee is done, I still have my water. Well, I think it's a good thing. However, I think that at times, if they're really full and people want to sit down, I think it's just kind of respectful to go, listen, I've been sitting here for 4 hours and I haven't eaten a thing, and there's no chairs for anybody else who's buying food here. Maybe they need to get up and get their ass out of the chair, It seems to me that that's probably a good thing, but they usually have plenty of chairs here, and gradually they're edging the chairs. They're edging a few more chairs out. They got a few more chairs out. So, doesn't matter I don't care. I mean, it never affects me. It really's never affected me when somebody's sitting there or the place is full. I always got somewhere to stand or sit. Here in Singapore, the students will pack the place for studying. No way you can find a place to sit. Yeah, that's not good. The students are the ones, they do that at McDonald's here. Dallo, will we ever be able to meet up again without it being a crime? That's so ridiculous. If it is so crowded, my pride would not let me wait for me. We haven't seen Cross-Legged Girl in a while. She was here yesterday. After my afternoon with Longhorns, I came here. I needed to do a few things, and I came here, and what did I buy? I bought an espresso, which, was underwhelming compared to Sarni's. And I was getting ready to sit down. There were no seats. Here's a perfect example. There were no seats. She was sitting in this chair, and she got up. As I was walking over to get my coffee, she got up. I came back over, sat down right where she was sitting. So, she's still here. She still comes. She doesn't ever say a word to anybody, including me. I scare them for some reason. A lot of them get scared by me until I start speaking Thai to them. And then it's like, oh, you can speak Thai. Oh, wow. Here's to swimming with bow-legged women. Yes. No idea. Well, of course I do, Gennaro. I mean, she's the only one who comes in here and sits up on the pillow with her legs crossed. And she usually sits right there. Yesterday, she was sitting right here. I don't know if the phrase is scared or a little bit timid. They're a little timid at times. You can't put that kind of stuff up there, pal. I hate to say that, but I can't let that. I cannot let that go. That's asking for trouble. What is this? Eyebrow Girl. Who's Eyebrow Girl? Who is Eyebrow Girl? Oh, is that the one in Rap God? Is that Lily Munster's sister? Richard, thank you. I like the little... Thank you very much, Choke D. I'll tell Chucky you said hello, Chucky. Chucky and I are supposed to go on a trip sometime, maybe next year. Coconut Girl is gone. There is a new Coconut Girl. But Chucky and I, we may be going to one of the stands, and I don't mean Afghanistan. Yeah, she's been gone a long time. They brought some old lady in for a little bit, and then now they got somebody else. And, you know, when you're used to seeing the Coconut Girl, and then you see there's the Coconut Girl, it's not quite the same. Lily Munster's sister, yes. I honestly can say that I just can't, you know, even their burger, when they say, we're going to give you a beef burger, it's not a patty of beef. It's shredded up pieces of beef that, to me, they taste like dog crap. It's like dog food. Do you really talk chunky about me? Yes. You know, it's not like we talk all day about you. He said he thought it was cute that you were wondering about him. What, sell? Well, we talk online. I don't know that he's going to throw you his line number, and I can't do it for him. But I'll make mention of maybe you guys can keep in contact somehow. I don't know. But I can't just give his information away. Yeah, shredded cardboard. That's pretty much it. But I did the other day, I said, you know, Richard was asking about you. I said, you've got a couple people that ask about you every once in a while, but Richard asks about you all the time. And I said, the problem is that when you were in Hollywood, Richard wasn't in the chat. When you were in Italy, Richard wasn't in the chat. You always miss the chats. You got to come in when he's in. And right now I have no plans on putting him back in for a little while. Just because I got other things to do. I got plans. I'm making plans right now. I'm trying to get Longhorns involved in one other trip. Maybe Pattaya Bob, but I don't know, because we may want to take the train. So I'm not sure what we're going to do. But I'm trying to do that, and I've got one or two things planned just for myself, where I go just by myself. Because you know what? I got to tell you, when you have somebody else to think about, when you have a group of people, whether it's my family, whether it's a bunch of friends, whatever, and you've got to put the logistics together and the timing, and, you know, oh, wait a minute, I've got to go take a dump. I'm sorry, I'll be right back. And then, you know, 30 minutes later, woo, you know, it gets to be a bit of, it's a bit extra work. When I go to Pakistan, I guess it really depends on where I was going and what I planned on doing there. Probably. Yeah, you have much more flexibility as a solo traveler. Now, the thing with Longhorns is that he's very easy. Okay, let's go. And, you know, I've been talking about how it's not him, it's me. I've always wanted to, like, take a river excursion, and I don't want to do it on some big boat. Whew, man. Would I go to Wakanda? No, because it's not a real place. Peter said tell him about a good video series. He who travels fastest travels alone. I'll tell you what. Traveling alone, there's so many great things that you can do traveling alone. The only bad thing is that sometimes it's nice to be hanging out in a coffee shop or wherever, talking about, or over dinner, talking about your trip and the day's activities and what you're going to do tomorrow and stuff like that. There's some places it's better to go with people, but for the most part, I don't ever have a problem traveling solo. It's much more difficult going places with your whole family, or it's not really that difficult going with Longhorns because he's easy, man. He's whatever you want to do. But like I've been saying, I've been wanting to do a river excursion, and I've been looking into like decent boats that are capable of making a journey down the river. And then I just saw this thing about the dams in Thailand and how they're having problems with them because of the water and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I really need to talk to somebody about the dams, because that could be a major obstacle, or major obstacles. Not kayaking. It would be a raft, because kayak, there's just not enough. There's really not enough room to bring everything you need. You need water, you need food, you need a whole bunch of stuff. You need gear. Will you make more Chowderhead videos, or are those vids for members? I really don't care about the Chowderhead videos now, to be honest. And I don't get many letters from people. People are not the same as they were. You gotta bring coffee. People are not the same as they were, say, 5-7 years ago when I started doing those. 7 years ago when I started doing them. They're not the same. People generally aren't that stupid. I mean, there are some people out there, but they're not writing me in. And then the other people, they don't want to hear me yelling at them because I think they're an idiot. So I don't really, I mean, if somebody sent me in a great letter and it was honest and it was forthcoming and stuff like that, I'd probably do something, but I don't know. I would be as harsh. I don't know. I don't know if it's because of me or just because people are wising up because of the internet. Yeah, well, that's something the UK has gotten carried away too, just like the US. COVID has dried up the Chowderhead supply. That too. However, the gates will open up eventually. And there is something to consider, and that is that, what's the girl after now? Is she after you now because there's no action and she needs somebody to latch onto and to help her? Or is she actually with you because she loves you, she cares about you, she wants to be with you, or she's just into you, whatever. You ever seen the movie? Yes, I've seen Bangkok Dangerous before. It's a movie. Nicolas Cage going into a pharmacy and just swooping up on some chick like that. Highly unlikely. Highly, highly unlikely. And there are some nice-looking pharmacists. You can find them every once in a while, but you're not going to walk right in there and go, "Oh, let's go have dinner tonight. Can I see you again? Oh, I've given him the love eyes." No, it's not going to happen. At least not if you look like me, it ain't going to happen. I don't know. I mean, if you look like Brad Pitt, it might, but even then, I think, Nicolas Cage in that movie, it didn't exactly look great, to put it mildly. Yeah, Monash, what are you going to do when you come back? And are you going to be able to contain yourself? You know? He wouldn't be getting hotties if he's in a movie and he's this playing the character that he was. He wouldn't have gotten shit. Ridiculous. Listen, I've seen a few in my day, in pharmacies, and you're gonna have to put a little bit of work in. You're gonna have to put the work in. Well, my wife used to look like him when he was young. Now she thinks she's like, ew, no. Yeah. I don't think he's bankrupt. Hey, listen, he must have something. He's had his fair share of women. Yeah, well, that ain't gonna do much for you there, D. I hit on a girl in a pharmacy. I'd asked them about some products I'm really going to get. Well, that'll get you right in there. First of all, not all pharmacists can speak decent English. Some of them can, because they tend to, I don't know, it just seems like there are a fair number that do, but I don't know how good you would consider their English, and the average guy probably needs a little bit more, unless he's just looking for a route. What you gonna get it? Can I have some antifungal medicine for my crotch? Oh, that's gonna work. Ever see actress from Hollywood from U.S. in Bangkok? Well, right now Russell Crowe is in town, and who else is there? Somebody else in town too. I forget who it is. There's been a number of people here. I mean, over the years, it's, Of course, Sylvester Stallone was here at one time when he was making Rambo. Do I speak Thai? Yes, I do. Russell Crowe looks so different now. Danny, you would bring up Carradine, wouldn't you? Oh, who knows what he was doing? That's a damn shame. I heard about that and I was like, oh man. What's his name? Kwai Chang Caine? Yes, it was. Tomorrow I am going to see the James Bond movie with my kids and my wife, and who knows, maybe even Mr. Longhorns. I don't know. I don't care. Why are we talking about Hunter Biden here? That has nothing to do with Thailand. Dia, I suggest you watch some videos. Once in a while I break out a little bit of Thai. CASHAPP. Okay, I don't want to hear any spoilers, please, because I've heard, you're the first person who said, oh, you're going to be disappointed. I've heard numerous people say, yeah, it was good, or it was pretty good, or wow, I really liked it. So don't ruin it for me, okay? Jesus Christ. You have anything good to say, Duke? Duke Nukem? You got anything positive to say? The sky is not falling. Wonderful. I heard that Thai women are very culturally different. Am I missing something here? Am I missing something? I mean, really, am I missing something? Thai women are very culturally different. Well, isn't Thailand culturally different from, say, the United States? So wouldn't it therefore make sense that Thai women are also culturally different? Oh, you're missing it. You're missing it. Badass movie done there. Thank you, Richard. Oh, you're missing it for sure. Dear Scott, I heard that Thai women are very culturally different than the women back home. That's because they're from a different culture. Let me see if I can find something here. I was looking for that. I gotta find this thing here that I was looking for. Best. Where's it at? I mean, not to razz you too hard, but it's the truth. Thailand is a very different culture. And you know what? I'm very happy to be living in this culture and not some other cultures. This doesn't have the names of the one I was looking at. Was this it? Briss? Ugh. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I have not watched the new Sopranos movie because my buddy started watching the movie, and actually I watched about 5 minutes of it, and I just went, I can't watch this shit. He watched the whole movie and he just went, I hate it. It's horrible. David Chase went woke. Where meet your wife? I wouldn't count on that. My wife's a busy woman. So are my kids. I barely get to meet them. Let's see here. Let me find out what I was looking for. The civility between the people. Thank you, Richard. Appreciate that. The civility between people. Well, that's true also, Sabaidi. Women are women. They, listen. All women pretty much want the same thing, but they go about doing things in a different way. And what I always said back in the day was, Thai people are wired different than Westerners. We're wired different. We go about doing things. We have different ways of doing things. All right, this was one of them. Okay, it's a Newport vessel. That's what it was. I've been looking at these inflatable boats, and when I say inflatable, I mean they have 3 or 4 or 5 compartments. So if one compartment goes out, your boat doesn't sink. And it's extremely durable, really thick rubber. So Longhorns told me, get it all ready before he comes back, get everything set up, and then he's good to go. So this is one of them here. Let me see if I can do it here. One thing I have seen in women is, which women is that? Which women are you referring to? Thank you again there, Richard, if I didn't say thank you already. I appreciate that. Where did you meet your wife? Through a friend. She worked at a restaurant. Thai women have pubes like mattress stuffing. Now that I can't let that one go through. That's ridiculous. Jesus Christ. Not to mention it's not very nice, and it's not true. There's one. Let's see here. This is what we're looking at right here. There we go here. This one's might be a little different. Can't let it through, but at least he read it out loud. Well, I mean, that's just complete nonsense. There are many different types of women here. There are dark women that you might think are black. There are brown women, there are white women, there are yellow women, there are brownish red women. And they're triangular area. Some of them have absolutely no hair at all. I mean, just naturally. Some of them are, have got a full-on jungle down there. I mean, come on. Reality, man. That's what counts most. Reality. All right, let me show you this one. Here's another one. Hopefully those both work. Oh shit, there's too many. What? How can you have too many? Let me see if I can do this here. Well, now you have. Now you know what a triangular area is. I mean, think about it. It doesn't take a rocket science to figure that one out. How did I... Okay, I'll log in. I love breaking in the new people in the chat. Let's see if I can do this here. Create a link. Copy. All right. Did that go through? What the hell? Oh, it did go through. There are men you might think are women too. The woolly shield. Oof. Lots say like white man, true. Yes, laws are very harsh against men. Really? Where? In the United States? Because they ain't all that harsh here. All right, if you click on those links, then you get an idea of what I'm looking for. And it may take 6 months, 8 months before all this comes together. Maybe it'll take a year, I don't know. Depends on when Longhorns can get himself back here. Anyway, for those who are interested, those links go to the boats, the rubber rafts that I'm referring to go down a river. Why would I go to Paragon? There's a freaking movie theater right here in the mall. It's 5 minutes from my house. You saw those rafts at Sabai Land, Scott? Listen, you guys think way too much about the women. The women will bring you here, but they will not keep you here. Aren't there pedal-powered submarines available? Okay, yeah, how am I going to afford that? Even getting a raft is a bit of a stretch. I mean, you're talking about $1,500. One thing I find interesting is Daya, don't even get started with that, all right? I don't want to hear it, really. They do have, we did see the, what are they called, Sega? The little scooters you put your foot on, and you kind of, or you put your feet on and you kind of ride along with it. And they're about $1,000. What's this about Chucky? If come there, Chucky, and you have to be, have to have beer. Good idea. I don't know if Chuck will. He might. White Rider Raft, and we supply the raft. Just bring the soap. There's a lot to research, and I've been doing it a couple times a week right now, Monash, and there may be some trips needed. Well, that's the idea. And also, again, it's the calculated risk. I think it can be done, especially if I throw a little motor on the back, a little 10, 15 horsepower motor on the back of the thing. You know, which is another, I don't know how much it is, $600 or something for a little electric motor. But if we needed it, we could do it. It could be fun. Could be great fun, you know. So that may happen in the future. We got all kinds, you know, there's always stuff I'm always planning stuff. I want to see Chunky, Scott. Well, you're not going to see him right now. But he'll be back, he'll be around, and he did say he's coming to Thailand soon. Listen, I don't have a problem deferring to Longhorns for the navigational aspect of the trip. Basically, all you have to do is go straight down. You go south. Now, the issue is the depth, the amount of rocks, the current. There's a lot of things to think about. And I haven't done any boating for many, many years. And when I did, it was mainly my father who did all the hard stuff. Well, you know we're going to have we'll be bringing the Sarni's coffee with us. And it doesn't matter if we have to pull up and sit there and get a little what are those things called? The little sterno burners or whatever. We just get one of those burners, light it up, heat up some water, make a thermos of Sarni's espresso, and take it from there. I have to say, and I know some people may not agree with this, but man, their coffee is a notch above all this other stuff. Starbucks, Black Canyon Coffee, all that kind of stuff. Where's a good place to go? What are you talking about, Richard? A good place to go for what? For you or for what? Leave them the hell alone. That's what you do. Yeah, you're gonna like that, won't you, Monash? Well, it is legal to raft on some of them. However, this is the thing. I'm going to need to go to like an official, and I'm going to have to talk to some people, and I'm going to have to talk to some boat people who are familiar with the rivers and stuff like that. It is allowed. You don't even need to register the thing. But there are certain areas that might be off limits, and that was one of the things. There are some dams, and that's always a bit of a problem. For beer, oh, I know a couple places, Richard. If you ever come over here and Chucky's over here, and we'll find a place to have a beer. Don't worry. No, we're gonna call it. It has to be something appropriate. It'll be called like Farang or something like that. Why leave them? I am sincere. Jenny. What I mean, I didn't say leave them. I said leave them alone, as in, if you have a problem, they're not the kind who want that confrontation of you sitting there going, yeah, but what about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? No, just leave them alone. They'll come around. And that's how it is. And that's what they do to you as well. You just don't worry about it too much. If they're with you, they're with you. Most of the time, unless you do something major, they're not going to just run out on you. You want a good bar and you'll buy all. I'm sure we can arrange that, Richard. Don't worry. Thank you again, Richard. Gennaro, it's not going to be called the Titanic. Yeah, that's another way of putting it, but what I mean is if you have some kind of disagreement, or you can see that, you know, she's not in a good mood, or she can see that you're not in a good mood, the best thing to do is just keep apart for a little while. We all love you. Well, thank you, Richard. It's nice to be loved. But yeah, you know, now that's not a bad one, Gennaro. The T-Rock. It would be with an R, though. And you'd have to spell it in Thai. That's a better one, actually, Spaceman. I don't know how I would say that in Thai. I'm trying to think. I always forget the shapes because I almost never need them. And even never need to use those in a conversation. You can always just go, you know, like that. Or you go, you know, his head was like a block. Nah, not T-Rock, Ja. I can't get into that shit. Even the T-Rock is a bit much. Hello, T-Rock, T-Rock. I don't think my wife has ever called me that, ever. The SS Chowderhead, that's a good one. Hey, if I get the funds together in the next few months to buy a boat, and it may be the SS Chowderhead. That's what I'll say. No, it's not going to be the U.S. Darling or USS Darling or anything like that. It's not going to be that. I do like Chowderhead. It's a bit long, but that's fine. Jesus Christ, you ask a lot of questions. You ask too many questions. Yeah. Hey, listen, with 15 to 18 million dollars, they could throw me like $5,000, and I'd probably get them a hell of a lot more exposure than they would get putting something out on their PR Thai and Facebook. I understand you know I know, but I'm not here to answer your questions. Call it the purple-headed custard chucker just for that's not gonna happen. Fly a Taiwanese flag. Well, that's a pretty good one, the SS Bifern. I like that one. I'd have to put up a U.S., like I have my logo, which is a U.S. flag merging with the Thai flag, and then I could have it merge with the Taiwanese flag. Oh, people would love that. The SS Bum Gun. That would be a good one. Although I like the Bifern better than the Bum Gun. Put a flag. You put a flag up with Bifern's face. Oh, that would be good. Crazy. I could put La Lisa's face up. I'd probably get sued. Do I like beer? You're talking about beer that you drink? I don't drink much, but I will drink a good beer or two every once in a while if the mood strikes me. The mood is right. SS. All right. Well, I'm glad. You know, that's the thing. I should put out some kind of a contest where I get somebody to help me name the boat. And the name I pick, I don't know what you get. You get a free trip partially down the river or something. I don't know. You know, I'm going to have to put on the flag, it's going to be my face. And it's going to say, I don't hate people. I just prefer when they're not around. That's what the flag is going to say. SS, please come inside. No, so far I think I like the Chowderhead the best out of all of them. The SS Chowderhead. Now this place is packed now. We'll need a phone number. What do you need a phone number for? Aero Flynn's Flying Felix. Oh, God. It needs to be tasteful. No, I don't smoke weed. Not anymore. Long time ago. In a previous life, I used to. But not anymore. Guy's got a beard too. He's got a bigger beard than mine. I think the thing is that first you get the boat and the motor, or just the boat and the motor, and some extra oars. Oh, God. And then you name the boat. One of the issues is that there's so many different organizations that you have to talk to. I mean, there's the Water Commission or the Water, whatever it's called. Yeah, it's starting to get busy. There's starting to be a lot of people here. People over here. Oh, that'd be real hilarious. It'd be great for you guys. You need to talk to the Water Commission. You might need to talk to, I don't know who handles the rivers, if it's their Coast Guard or whatever. You gotta have life jackets. You gotta have whistles. You probably need an anchor. No, Thai people have no Thai person who, I mean, a lot of these people that are on the river, they've grown up on the river. They know. Now that's pretty good too, Monash. SS Lily Munster. Usually a boat is called a female name. What's the guy's name? The little guy. What's the little short, or the guy who always goes, I've got big bones, in South Park? Cartman, the SS Cartman. Well, listen, if somebody did something stupid like that, let them do it, and then they can check the boat. They ain't gonna find anything, because that ain't gonna happen. All rivers have dangerous undercurrents and currents, so no, not the Klong Tu. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Pupa sa Thai Dai Mai. How about just Put Thai? Put Thai Dai. Whatever. SS Monash if I sponsor you. Hey, you know what, Monash? I'll name it the SS Monash if you want to fork over the 60,000 baht that it's going to cost. What's a nice beach that I like? Richard, I like probably Kokut. Kokut is probably my favorite beach. Kokut. I vote for SS Chowderhead, but said with the Chowder. What would you say? The SS Chowderhead. I don't know. I sound more like what's that guy's name? The Chowderhead. I don't have that accent down. I'd have to listen to like, what's his name? Ben, the guy with the Jennifer Lopez. Ben Affleck. I'd have to speak like him. Chowderhead. Yeah. The SS Chowderhead. It's got to be something in Thai, though, really, because if the Thai saw it and it had a funny Thai name, then every time you drive by, they're gonna laugh their asses off. You know, you want it to be a lighthearted affair. You don't want it to be like a life or death thing. I mean, I don't want it to be. Norm. You put the SS Norm. That's pretty funny, Monash, now that I think about it. The SS Araiwa. Oh, God. How about the Giant Yin, the Lamok? No, I'm not gonna say that. The SS, it basically would transfer. The short of it would be the SS Pervert. SS Pumpui. I don't go to bars much more I don't go to much anymore. I used to spend like every day in them, you know, and every night in them. But that was many years ago. And no Pumpui. I don't like that. I don't like Undertow. Araiwa is pretty good. I could put, what is it? Is it, let's see here. Oh, God, I gotta put this, hang on. Is it, I forget which one it is. Let me, hang on one second. Okay. You could put Ige. Ige would be old woman. Ige. Ige would be old man. Oh, God. What other countries have cheap massages? Cambodia, Myanmar, Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia. You know, I really would have to think about the name. But I like the Ige, which is old woman, the SS old woman, or you just put Ige, because you know usually you put the name. You don't have to put SS. You don't have to put the SS, so you just put at the end. You put. Yeah, I like the Araiwa. I like that. Ige is old man, or old, and Ige is like old maid is more like what it means. La Oulon. I don't know what that is. You can't put the SS in there. Unless it's the right word. And then maybe it'd be the right word. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I mean. You don't need to put the SS. So it would be EV. It'd be the EV, the electric vehicle. You don't need to put that. You just put the name. I don't know that it would be humorous to put Araiwa on the boat. I don't think it would be very polite. I think some people might be like, you'd be better off putting Araina. And even like, you know, Ige. I think if I put Ige, it means old man, and that would be me. Oh yeah, that's really gonna work. You really think I'm gonna put that on there, pebble dashing? How about the Puat Key? The SS Puat Key. No, that's not going to go up there. None of those are going to go up there. I don't have a problem with Chowderhead, and I don't have a problem with Ike, because they're not impolite, and I wouldn't want to go down the river. Sabi Omai, huh? I don't know what that means. It means Sabai. All right, well, another day. You can't put, that's too generic, come on. And you gotta drop the 2 letters. It just has to be a name. You know, like in The Sopranos, I think it was with Bada Bing. And there's no way I'm gonna put the word dick into the name. It's not gonna happen. And why would I put Maisabai, Stephen? I'd rather put Monash than Maisabai. You know, maybe it's the Sabai Di Mai, or the Bai Fern, or the Aige. You know, but there's plenty of time for that. First, I gotta buy the damn boat, plan everything out, figure out where I'm gonna go. I want the longest trip possible. Preferably from northern Thailand all the way down to the Gulf of Thailand. That would be ideal, but I don't know if that can happen. And maybe Jim knew a little bit about the rivers. Maybe, you know. Oh, that would be real good, Stephen, when I'm married to a Thai. Phalang Rakam Phalang. She's gonna be like, really? No, it would probably be the Ping River or one of the other rivers, the Moon River or the Chin River, and then you go down and it runs into the Chao Phraya. The problem is I have no idea what these parts of the river will look like. And you know, what are you gonna do? You're gonna do a cursory trip and go along the river. Poor Farang. It's kind of, yeah, I don't think that would work, but yeah, Phalang Chon. Because all of them would be like, oh yeah, you're real poor, but compared to me, you're rich. My Wainam Chue Due. See, all those, first of all, they're too long. Come on. You can't be corny. I think that's a great idea, don't you, Dalo? I mean, really, I think it's a fantastic idea, because I'll tell you why. My wife is never going to let me walk the entire length of Thailand. She's already told me, I think you're an idiot if you want to keep trying to do that. Because I have said things to her about it, like, I want to go back to where I left off and keep going. She's like, are you stupid? You're going to be walking on the road, you want to get bitten by some dogs, you want to do this, you want to do that, and I'll be like, okay, here's the thing. I'm going to have a life vest on, I'm going to be in a big boat, or a big raft that's very, very sturdy and seaworthy, or river-worthy. And I may even have an electric motor on it. Gennaro, fuck off. I think I'm a little tougher than George. Hey you, Richard, thank you. At the buzzer almost. I've only got about 2 minutes left or so. Or 3. You are still here. Well, you know, we could always tell Chucky to come along on the trip with us for one leg of the trip. What would you need if you needed maintenance in the middle of nowhere? Like what kind of maintenance? If you need maintenance on the motor, then you got to use oars. If you need maintenance on the boat, well, there you go, an American in Bangkok. That's a pretty good one. If you need maintenance on the plastic of the boat, you gotta stop, and you have to. Got here late, but always appreciate that. Oh, well, thank you very much, Tony. Appreciate that. You gotta fix you have to fix the rubber on the side of the river, or you gotta take it into a place. I mean, listen, the Thais are very, very good about stuff like that. So if we can't do it and we have to go somewhere, it might be a bit of an adventure just to get to somewhere to get the thing fixed. But they are in multiple compartments. I really would like that, Kradat. I would love that. However, you're carrying stuff, and if it goes in the water, and yeah, this is the thing that Longhorns and I have a little bit of trouble with, is there's no toilet. I don't have a problem, letting my schlong flop out and taking a leak. But I certainly don't want my ass hanging over the side of our rubber raft taking a dump. And then you come to find out it didn't clear, and you got smeared rubber, smeared PVC on your, the boat is smeared with feces. That wouldn't be too good. One come there, ride on the boat. A quick full moon. Now, here's the one thing, okay? You get a big enough raft, and I'm talking about one that will hold like 1,200 pounds or something like that. You're looking at $1,400-1,500 for the boat. But you could feasibly put 3 people on the boat, so it could be me, Longhorns, and in certain cities, we could get people who either contributed or that we knew or whatever, and they could take a ride from one leg to another on the boat. That's not a bad idea. There you go. And then if that works, the next year we'll figure out, hopefully with COVID squared away, we'll figure out the Mekong or the Tonle Sap, one or the other. Yeah, Monash, Dowlow, you guys can meet me and Longhorn somewhere, and if Chucky was on the boat, he would stink it up because he don't know how to use the bum gun, and I'm sure since he's never used water to clean his nether regions. Oh, what did I do? I turned it the wrong way. There we go. Four bum guns on a boat. I don't know if that's gonna work. Oh no, you have to go. You have to go. Yeah, it's called travel insurance. What are you gonna do? You got to be alert, man. You got to be alert. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me once again. I do believe tomorrow is going to be a day off. Longhorns, I'll talk to you shortly. And you know what's so funny is I told the wife, don't get a cake. Just get me a cupcake for my birthday. Just get me a cupcake. And they come home and they're like, oh, we didn't get you a cupcake because we thought, you're watching what you eat. Yeah, I know. And those aren't cheap. Those are not cheap. Those are about $500, $600. Those things are more, but you can get one for about $500, $600. I don't know how that would work. That's a lot of money. Already you're talking a couple grand. Plus you're talking about food and, all this other stuff. I have a going away lunch to go to. When? Today or tomorrow? I'm referring to tomorrow, okay? Anyway, she I go, you didn't get me my cupcake? I'm like, I was looking forward to the one little cupcake. And she says, no, we didn't get you a cupcake. So I was like, all right. So I go in, but no, this is tomorrow. I'll talk to you about it. I'll message you. I said, all right, well, let me just get a water. So I go into the other refrigerator. We got two refrigerators. I go to the second refrigerator to get the water. I pull out water. I look up and I see this box. And I go, I look, oh, so you guys got a cake, huh? She got a small cake. It was like a chocolate mousse cake, which was really good. No cupcake, but still very, very good. And that was the end of the birthday bash. So anyway, thank you very much, guys. As always, thanks to all those who contributed, all those who didn't, who watched, who joined in the conversation. Thank you. Don't forget about the thumbs up. Don't forget about subscribing. Yeah, see, now once I put those links up, people are starting to get interested in it. I think it's doable. I really do. I mean, maybe not the whole length of the trip because of dams and legalities or whatever, but I do think it's possible. So hopefully that'll come off sooner than later. We gotta get Longhorns back here as soon as possible. Yes, you are an asshole, Longhorns. Unbelievable. That's the other thing. Mount it with a GoPro. You gotta have the right gear and all. So this is a little bit of a trip. I think it's a doable adventure. And yeah, thank you. That is all. So until next time. I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Chok di leo juk en mai, which is good luck and see you later. Don't forget the thumbs up. Don't forget the subscribe. Take a look down below in the description for all the ways you can help besides watching. Amazon. Get a shirt, one of my shirts, and I do have a new shirt coming out soon. I meant to have it out yesterday, but I haven't had a chance. Compass, no problem. And yeah, so thank you again, and I'll talk to you guys later. All right? Ciao.